Microphone unmuted. Alright. Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Foggy versus Blade. This game taking place here on, well, Twisted Meadows. Gonna go ahead and break things down into this particular matchup here. Over here on the top left hand side of the map where we have Blade spawning as the blue human. Over here on the other side, well, not on the other side, just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Relatively close spawns here on Twisted Meadows. We have Foggy. Foggy spawning as the red Night Elf player here, opening up with a Moonwell, and, well, that is pretty much it. It looks like he will be opening up with, well, a Tavern Hero. Twisted Meadows Tavern Heroes, a very, very big favorite for Night Elf players, as Tavern Heroes are generally very mana intensive. And because of that, well, early access to Moonwells really help them out. What's going to be opening up on the other side here? Well, Smasher is going to go ahead and start training up an Archmage or Archmage, depending on where you hail from, or if you follow the official WarCraft 3 lore on how you're supposed to say that particular word, like Archangel, Archmage, yeah, different words, and then again, even their own game. Like Jim Raynor calling Nexus's Nexi, is that really how the game is supposed to? Is that really how it's supposed to be said, or is that supposed to be because of his particular character saying it like, well, a hick would do? Anyways, Foggy's still opening up things here. Ancient of War is actually rather delayed. There's the Hunter's Hall, so it looks like he's going for, well, Huntresses off of a Tavern Hero, which is rather interesting. Normally you see a Priestess of the Moon if you're going to be going for early Huntresses, excuse me. As the Archmage now ready to make a move out. Is he going to be going ahead calling Militia? Yes, he will. And he is actually perhaps going to be going for a fast expansion attempt as opposed to anything else. Wisp going to go ahead and double back around and actually catch these Militia now making their way off over here. This is going to be rather interesting. Meanwhile, it is going to be a Beastmaster coming in from Foggy. So Beastmaster coming in from Foggy as that early hero. We are going to see perhaps the Beastmaster being able to steal quite a bit of experience. We may even see some more detonations here. Are we going to see another detonation? There it goes. Beastmaster now on the board with 42 experience, getting a little bit right there as well. And, well, Foggy with a very strong opening here, already getting more experience than the Archmage at this point in time, as the double Quill Beast may be able to pelt down and chase after a handful of footmen. Back across over here, Beastmaster already halfway up to level 2, continuing to enjoy all of this early experience. Meanwhile, Footman wants to throw himself onto well, something, but he's not going to be able to do it all that easily, as you're going to take a look. Quill Beast still chasing after there. Wisp now heading down. New Ancient of War being set off here, as the Beastmaster is just in a denial mode right now, denying Blade any sort of his own particular play style, and that is just going to cause more and more problems and issues. Beastmaster chasing after that footman there. Let's take a look. Wisp hiding around. Huntresses and Quill Beast still making their rounds as well, as the footman may try and purposely aggro here. All right, one more shot. There it goes, up to 155 experience. Meanwhile, oh, Ancient of War now getting aggroed by the creeps and the Archmage. It doesn't want to uproot, and now actually trying to train up some Huntresses during this time. All right, easy damage getting added in. Beastmaster now taking a little bit of damage as well. You're going to take that, well, take a look. Beastmaster absorbing more damage again. Is it going to try and attack that Ancient of War? Archmage sitting at level 1 at the 4-minute mark means that it is going to be rather low on experience still, as the creeps now once again get aggroed and pulled over again. All right, more engaging. That Ancient of War already down to 500 hit points and dropping, as the Beastmaster tries to get to level 2. Huntresses now joining in on the fight. That Ancient of War no longer fighting alone, has suffered a little bit of hit point damage, as the Footman now ready to engage. And I like this play by Foggy. Foggy denying level 2 onto the Archmage, and now, well, these Huntresses are just going to be able to rip through these footmen alive. No real piercing damage unless we start to see a blacksmith now being added. Yep, rifleman already getting added in right here. So Blade very much on top of things, transitioning very quickly into those Huntresses. As the Archmage is not going to be able to drop enough water elementals to handle them during this stage of the game. Now, Beastmaster sitting at level 2 compared to a level 1 Archmage with no experience still after 5 minutes. There's a detonation there. Beastmaster still trying to get a little bit more experience again. Footmen, Huntresses all bouncing damage around as we're going to take a look at all of these units once again retreat back. Is this Quill Beast going to get that last shot? Beastmaster should be able to get, well, a little bit more experience again. Circlet of Nobility was dropped as, well, Riflemen are now going to start joining in on the fight. Now, Blade's follow-up question to this is going to be, what do I want to do next? What can he really do at this point? He is behind on experience. He can either try and creep or try and stop what the Beastmaster is doing. 38 supply going up against 37, so overall supply is rather even. Meanwhile, we are at Tree of Life going up against a tier 2 keep. That means that, well, the Riflemen with their upgraded range and eventually the Priest coming out of this Arcane Sanctum may be enough to keep this army alive and well. I like this decision by Blade to not try and stop his opponent's game plan. He would just end up losing more, as, well, he now does have a hero advantage in having 2 heroes compared to just 1. However, this Archmage is still going to be sitting at level 1 for quite some time, as we are looking for more and more priests to join in on the fight. Tree of Life now shifting down as well. We are looking at that Tree of Life trying to set up an expansion. Archmage is going to have a very, very tough day. Priest should be joining in right there. There's a Rifleman. There's that Priest to work together now. Needs to get 2 or 3 more Priests to really keep this army alive and well. Archmage with that Brilliance Aura coming online. Absolutely key, as Blade is finally in the game after, well, a shaky start. Foggy looking to clear up the Forest Troll Warlords and these Troll Trappers off over here. Going to take them down. No problems whatsoever. Riflemen up to 3. 1 Mountain King, 2 low point hit point footmen. Water Elemental now shows up to the party. And what is going to end up happening here? Scroll of Protection being dropped. Huntresses with faster movement speed. Only 1 Priest for a plethora of units that need to be healed. And that could be an issue. Foggy's Quill Beast takes a look, scouts out, and says, you know what? I don't like what I see. Let me back away. Mountain King with a potion of greater mana. That is going to be absolutely huge. Priest now coming back here. Huntresses doing the shift on over. 1 Arcane Tower. That is it, as the Huntresses are going to be able to dive on in. If the Huntresses dive on in a bit too far, though, the Archmage can just teleport right here and then just, well, the Beastmaster will be forced to teleport out. There you go. This is a real overcommitment by Foggy, but more of a position to try and exchange things. Bolt not hitting anything. Thunderclap. Mountain King in the far back, not doing much. Perhaps if it tried to, well, teleport straight up onto the Huntresses, damage would have been dealt. But instead, mana was just burned. Foggy now sitting on a very strong economic advantage, as we are still seeing mass tier 1. Alright, Priest need to heal back up a little bit more. Mountain King very low on mana once again, as the Huntresses are just going to rinse and repeat. And this may become a bit of an issue. Arcane Tower, are we going to start seeing some repairs here? No repairs whatsoever. Militia will need to be called over. Riflemen not even being trained. And this is a very big downside. Militia being brought over here with Priest, and this is a Militia clear with Priest only. Is it going to work? Meanwhile, back across over here, Peasants now trying to head away. Beastmaster is back to the party. Arcane Tower Footmen gonna try and engage, as there's the Scroll of Town Portal once more. Alright, let's take a look. I don't know if this was actually deliberate or not. Peasants now trying to fight back here. As you're going to take a look, these units are going to continue to heal, but the Forest Troll Berserkers are actually going after the Priest with their unarmored type. Let's go ahead and engage now back once more. a little bit of a risky maneuver as the Mountain King picks up a Pyrupt of Vitality. Big item there. And, well, the Archmage and Mountain King going to be sitting at level 2. Archmage does not have a Scroll of Town Portal. Peasants will need to build and establish that expansion quickly. Repairs need to be made. However, well, as soon as you start trying to repair that glaive bounce damage will start to add up. The army is going to shift back over here. Archmage does have a bit of mana. Arcane Tower, well, now finally hitting up that Beastmaster. Beastmaster, there is a Thunderhawk in the air. Mana is now all lost. Thunderhawk going to be able to finish off this Arcane Tower with no problems, as it does deal magic damage. Mountain or Beastmaster going to be, well, suffering a bit of damage here. Mountain King going to go after all of these units. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? There you go. Beastmaster, however, going to go ahead and pull back many of those units once more. Now, Blade does not have that Arcane Vault. He will not be able to use that Scroll of Regeneration. Meanwhile, Blade is setting up a Town Hall here. And if Foggy gets, well, complacent with his advantage and doesn't try to shift things up, Blade, and doesn't scout out this expansion, well, Blade will be back on equal footing. And that is a lot of ifs to happen right now. Blade needs to drop a Water Elemental, absorb a little bit of damage here. Mountain King low on mana, and once again, in comes the Huntresses, followed by a Hawk. And Water Elemental now shifting back over. Well, Foggy quickly realizes, hey, you know what? I really don't want to be here whatsoever. Priest is now coming over, is going to start healing that unit. Nope, trying to engage back. There goes that unit there. Mountain King going to try to get to level 3. Archmage will get to level 3 in just a moment. May purposely even bring back the Archmage after it gets to level 3 to get the Mountain King to 3 as well. Nope, Forest Troll High Priest at level 4 should be able to do it. There you go. Alright, Forest Troll Trapper, last unit here. And what is happening? Beastmaster sitting at level 4. Will it get to level 5? Not after this creep camp, but most definitely, as we're looking at a plethora of items on the Beastmaster. The Devotion, or pretty much a permanent Scroll of Protection on that Beastmaster. Adding in another Scroll of Protection, all of a sudden those units are very difficult to focus fire. Alright, on the backside here, Footman is doing a little bit of scouting once again. Foggy, well, with that expansion still sitting pretty strong. We're looking at 55 supply, now going up against 50. Foggy still has the economic advantage, as Huntresses are now going to make their way in. Alright, oh, what is going on here? Huntresses are trying to dive on in, and they are getting absolutely stuck in a rather unfortunate location. There goes some units. Beastmaster may be forced to try and Scroll of Town Portal out. As well, I believe Foggy is really just overcommitting in this fight. Mountain King being brought back over. What is going on here? Archmage can come across here. You can take a look. Huntresses are making their way through. Mountain King still has a potion of greater mana. Huntress is going to finally make its way through. Is it going to get teleported out? No, it will not. I don't know if it was out of range or not, but enough damage was still done. Based upon Foggy's last couple of attacks, building a scout tower right here for Blade would actually be very beneficial. Couple of scout towers and guard towers now getting added in here as well. Invisibility on that Hawk. Hawk now, well, gonna go ahead and start engaging here. This is actually the level 3 Hawk variety. The scout tower will get taken out, and that is a testament to how much damage that unit is dealing. Alright, coming back across here, one lone rifleman plus a goblin shredder. Are we going to perhaps see some repairs? Rifleman going to start to try and engage there. We should be looking at some repairs right now. Rifleman dealing a little bit of damage once more. Meanwhile, well, that Hawk is just absolutely eating through everything. Mountain King, Stormbolt perhaps onto a Huntress. No, unable to line up the shot to guarantee the kill. Units are backing up again. I liked what Blade did here. He has one Goblin Shredder coupled with one Rifleman, and that would just be a gatekeeper, so to speak. The Goblin Shredder would be able to hold its own against 1 or 2 Huntresses, especially with a Rifleman behind it, delaying that, well, the inevitable rush once more. Alright, Scout Tower's trying to be rebuilt. Water Elemental is right here. Let's take a look. Priest are here as well. Priest not next to an Archmage. never a surprise that they don't have mana. More units now making their way over. Archmage shows up to the party. Mountain King going to show up as well. Mountain King still has a potion of mana. Units are trying to dive on in. Mountain King going to most likely just land a Thunderclap here. Nope, no Thunderclap. There it goes. There's a Huntress off to the side. There goes one Huntress taken down as the Arcane Sentry is now complete. All right. Quill Beast. And, well, the Spirit Hawk going straight after this Goblin Shredder. Goblin Shredder trying to be repaired, but the peasants unable to do enough. More damage getting added in here. Archmage going to go ahead and try and engage once more. Priests do have Dispel magic, which is absolutely important to deal with this, as Foggy now, well, taking something out of Moon's playbook and going for mass expansions, expanding here and here as well, as the Beastmaster is close to level 6. Foggy not giving up any of his strategies so far. Mountain King, however, still a threat. Pure Sobi Mask and Pure of Vitality, very strong 1-2 items. But the Mountain King and the Archmage are still significantly behind in terms of experience. Once the Beastmaster gets to level 6, no base is safe because of how, well, Thunder Lizards it can be cast and used. Let's take a look back across over here. All of these units going to be coming back across once more. What's going to be happening next? Meanwhile, the Huntress army now clearing out some more here as the Goblin Tinker joins in on the fight as a great follow-up hero. All right. Footman now chasing back Wisp off over here. Beastmaster shifting back down. Let's take a look. Goblin Tinker with that Pocket Factory. Tinker is already at level 2. Has a Talisman of Evasion and picks up a Ring of Regeneration for, well, a little bit of extra life and health. Scroll of Town Portal. Beastmaster once again getting out of harm's way quickly. There's a Tree of Life that will just turn into free experience for this Mountain King now. Level 7 armor. Let's take a look at this. Just absolutely shooting a tree in a forest, able to take it down with no problems. As we're now looking at the Huntresses, and well, the mass mobility of Foggy almost feels like he has mass teleport. When you have this much gold and this many Tree of Lives out onto the map, it often feels like you can move your army instantaneously anywhere you need to go. Mountain Beastmaster low, there it goes. Tinker could be in trouble. Where is the Tinker going? Taking a lot of damage once more. Staff of Teleportation isn't going to be able to get away. Thunderclap and teleports at 19 hit points. Goblin Tinker with the Ring of Regeneration able to stay alive as it was able to regenerate that last bit of hit points, perhaps an evasion or two. And wow, that was close. Coming back around now. Let's take a look at, looking at Foggy's Tree of Ages, now upgrading to Tree of Eternity. Well, Huntress is gonna just go ahead and walk straight into a bunch of riflemen. Is it gonna give hero level? No, it is not. Archmage is currently sitting at 4. Mountain King sitting at 3. He gets a Staff of Teleportation. And what does he sell? Well, sells the Pure Up of Vitality, picks up a Scroll of Town Portal, as we're gonna engage once more. All right, easy damage onto that Huntress. Huntress 2-1 upgrades with Devotion armor, pretty much is at 2-2 upgrades, but only 54 supply compared to 63. The reason the army seems so much larger is because of the Spirit Hawks, the Dire Quill Beasts, and, well, it's mass mobility. Tree of Life gonna pretty much quickly get canceled once more. Let's take a look. 1 or 2 more shots. Are we gonna see the detonation? Yes, there it goes, as the Archmage still sits at 4. Mountain King wants to get to level 4 as well. Level 2 Stormbolt would be extremely useful. I believe it was level 2 Clap over level 2 Stormbolt. Water Elemental now dropped down as that Water Elemental absorbs a bit of damage. Let's take a look. Priest along the backside not doing very much. We are still at Keep, not at Castle. Level 1 Masonry upgrades, and that is it. Mortar teams are going to be added in here, and this might be the shift that Blade needs. All right, let's take a look at this. Well, a free damage being added in once more. Archmage, more units coming back across. We should be looking at repairs there. Mountain King, did it pick up? Yes, it picked up a Pendant of Mana. A 300 and 400 mana Mountain King with a Sobi Mask and a Potion of Greater Mana with items like this. Well, very difficult to tell who is actually going to start to come out on top. All right, Clockwork Goblins. Well, trying to take down the remainders of this building. Mountain King, level, well, 565 mana, and Blade may be able to come back. He's been doing a great job of well, Foggy has not been able to close the door at any point. Also, Mortar teams, only 0-0 upgrades, no upgrades at all. And the Huntresses are going to be making their way perhaps over there very fast. Let's take a look at this. Altar of Elder is going to get taken down pretty much in no time at all. There it goes. Down goes one building. Mountain King now going to be shifting back over. Archmage picks up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability and a Scroll of Town Portal. Mountain King also, no Scroll of Town Portal, as the main base now under a bit of problems. All right, Scroll of Healing. Are we going to be getting into some repairs? Yes, we are. There are those repairs right now, trying to repair it. Oh, the Hawk does get taken out as more repairs are getting underway. All right, Arcane Sentry actually worth it right now as we turn this into a base race scenario. However, Mortar teams are going to be much better at taking down buildings than any of these other units there. Mountain King also cleaning up these wisps, and if he cleans up those wisps, it could be enough. Massive repairs coming in, triple guard towers here. And all of a sudden, this base race scenario here, Keep could end up getting taken down. Beastmaster now sitting at level 6, and there's the Thunder Lizards, and it's going to start destroying the remainder of this base. Keep going to land right here where it is. Stormbolt onto the Beastmaster. No, doesn't Stormbolt the Beastmaster for some strange reason, as that would have stopped many of those. Oh, triple splat from the Mortar teams. All right, Mountain King sitting at level 4. Archmage now up to 5. Oh, Tree of Eternity on the other side was down to 106 hit points, able to stay alive. And we are at 1 base to, 2 right now. All right. Yep, entangling the gold mine right here. Not going to take very much more. Let's take a look at this. More damage. Rifleman going to be joining on the fight. Huntresses. Oh, where are they going? They almost ran off to the wrong spot. Archmage still trying to wander around here once more. No more guard towers whatsoever. Peasants trying to shift away. They're going to have a bad day, as we're looking at, well, Moonwells getting taken out too. Taking out full Moonwells at this point is still dealing significant damage to the Night Elf army, not only in terms of overall supply, but potential healing. Altar of Ancient of War going to get taken out here. Let's take a look at this. Foggy's going to say, you know what, I'm going to try to take out this base, but it may not even really be worth saving for Blade right now. Archmage still wandering around. There is another Tree of Life getting added off over here. Mountain King, Stormbolt needs to get a little bit more healed up again. Mortar team's going to try and finish off the Tree of Eternity. Tree of Eternity. Foggy's still sitting on a bank load of, well, that's a bank load of gold, as we're taking a look at the guard towers off to the north, trying to slowly poke apart the base here. Archmage gonna Staff of Teleportation back over and is gonna go ahead and try and finish off this. Is he gonna finish it off first? There's the Scroll of Town Portal. Mortar teams can finish off some additional buildings. Here we go. Scroll of Town Portal. Beastmaster, however, gonna be able to get away. Is gonna take down anything? No, it is. Well, nope. There's one Huntress right there, as that's gonna get taken out as well. All right. Tree of Life now making its way back over. The Tree of Eternity was taken out. Only 2 Moonwells, or a handful of Moonwells being left here. No, well, how many production buildings? 1 Arcane Sanctum, 1 Barracks, but that is currently maxed out on supply, as he is upside down, 55 over 54. This base pretty much not going to be worth it either. Trying to finish off some of those easy units should be pretty well. Moonwell actually able to heal that unit up much more than I thought it was going to be, and that's my point. Taking down Moonwells is actually pretty important. What is the Rifleman doing? The Rifleman just letting Huntress just walk on over. There it goes, finishing off the Huntress Hall. And without the Huntress Hall, no more upgrades, and at this point, strangely enough, no more Huntresses, as we may transition into, well, Dryads perhaps? Priest, a very large number of priests, part of this army. Rifle Caster, still strong here in 2020. As the units are now making their way back down. All right, more guard towers getting added in to try and repair. Let's take a look back down across here in this base race. Oh my goodness, that's so much easy damage. That would have been a death of a unit there, Archmage. If it can get to level 6, this game is pretty much going to be absolutely different. There's the Scroll of Town Portal teleporting away. Is it going to leave any units behind? No, it is not. There you go. There's a Thunderclap. And Foggy's army pretty much... Well, how much was lost right there? Only one skeleton was actually down. 55 over 60. No more huntresses can get added in. Are we building a new huntress hall? Yes, we are. But at what point in time? Meanwhile, let's take a look. Beastmaster is at 6. The Goblin Tinker is at 4. Archmage is at 5. Mountain King is at 5 as well. Where are all of these units going to perhaps be going next? As the Archmage and Mortar teams are going to be making their way over Mountain King. Archmage, does he have the Scroll of Town Portal? Yes, he does. If the Archmage desperately needs to get to level 6. Getting to level 6 would be a huge, huge difference at this point. There goes the Ancient of War. Is it going to be a death of Stormbolt onto the Huntress right there? Easy, easy kill. A little bit of extra experience, and that's exactly what Blade's army needs. Foggy didn't look like he transitioned enough. We may see another Ancient of Lore get taken out here. Well, it should be attacked by multiple units, not just the Mortar teams. Not sure why, as we're looking at the Priest all trying to protect and heal once again. Guard towers are going to start to poke apart. Need to finish off that Spirit Hawk. You can see a lot of damage being absorbed back in. Beastmaster, there's another Spirit Hawk now coming in as they are trying to teleport back out. Beastmaster is right there. Stormbolt onto any units. No. Blade with a blind thunderclap. No real point for it. As the Mountain King now shifts back away again. Alright, Scout Towers perhaps should be on auto repair at this point. Foggy with a crazy economy, trying to win this macro war, and a 2 base versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases, still not enough, as the production buildings and all of these buildings, this is actually just a little bit of a waste to try and clear now. Archmage doesn't need a Scroll of Town Portal to it, could probably be looking for where exactly the more important bases are. Ancient of Wars are trying to get added back in again, as a peasant will get taken down. And Blade at this stage is going, you know what? Maybe I should just pretty much be going after where I know my opponent is. All right, Scroll of Town Portal already teleporting out. Where is it going to teleport to? Well, not going to be teleporting to the right spot. It teleported away. And not going to this Tree of Life was absolutely huge. A big, big change and shift, as Blade had the idea to actually, is it going to attack ground onto those wisps? Oh, trying to keep alive by having the units actually engage right there. However, the wisp could end up taking a little bit of damage. The Priest are going to try and engage as well. Mortar team's going to engage right there. There you go. There's one more volley, should finish it off. And there it goes. There goes another Tree of Life. Down across over here, Beastmaster, no Scroll of Town Portal this time. Tinker is the one with the Scroll of Town Portal. Big cluster rockets right there as the Thunder Lizards are coming across to, well, deal that damage. Stormbolt could be, oh no, Mountain King did not teleport to the right location. Are we going to see a Stormbolt onto the Beastmaster? There we go. A big Thunderclap finishes off multiple units. Cluster rockets coming across as well, as the Mountain King going to be a one-man army trying to finish off all of these units here. There's a Stormbolt again. Needs one more shot to finish it off. There it goes. Wasted a Thunderclap. No real reason for that, as the Mountain King still engaging here. Meanwhile, where's the rest of the army? Archmage sitting at level 5. Mountain King going to go ahead and straight up engage here. Is it going to be able to finish off that Beastmaster? No, Mountain King needs to back away. What is going on? Units are just shifting in every single direction. There is another expansion here by Foggy mining away, and I don't think Blade knows about it. All right, coming back down across here, Archmage going to go ahead and engage. Casters all coming across here. Mountain King needs to get healed, will get healed back up. There's a Stormbolt onto the Beastmaster as the Mountain King is there. Oh, Pendant. Oh, big Thunderclap potion being used right there. That is going to be huge. Scroll of Town Portal now being used. Stormbolt onto the other unit. Thunderclap to just deliver a little bit of extra damage once more. But the Scroll of Town Portal was not to the Tree of Eternity down here. Mortar teams now coming across. Let's take a look. Going after this this Tree of Eternity again. This Tree of Eternity could get taken down very, very quickly. Water Elemental in position to try and stop that. Archmage has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Tinker now trying to make its way over, trying to finish off all those units. There goes the Cluster Rockets, stopping the attack for just a second. Mortar Team's now trying to come back across. Mountain King shows up to the party. He's going to teleport it back in, and there you go. What is happening? Mountain King throws down a Thunderclap there. Stormbolt onto the Beastmaster. Beastmaster could end up getting taken down as the Mountain King no longer going to be able to chase. There's another Thunderclap again. Mortar Team unable to finish off. Goblin Tinker now sitting at level 5. Mountain King still wandering back around. Water Elemental should be able to finish off multiple units. Mountain King sitting at level 6. No healing. 2 Huntresses. 3 Huntresses now down as the units are now going back every which way. Foggy sitting at level 6. Archmage sitting at level 6. Mass Teleport is on the table. Brilliance Aura is sitting at level 3. Mountain King needs to back up and not get attacked by that Tree of Life's WAP means 60 to 74 damage. All right, gonna go ahead and back it all across there. There you go. Gonna go ahead and engage once more. Rifleman and Priest now back across here. 5 base, 6 base Priest now making its way over to try and start healing. Goblin Tinker, a one-man wrecking crew, needs to throw down some more pocket factories to take down more buildings, as we're going to see this Mountain King slowly get back up on health. All right, at this stage, it might actually be better to give the Pendant of Mana over to transfer it back over if you want extra mana on that Mountain King there. There's the mass teleport, and where are they going? There you go, teleport right there, and well, there goes a quick kill. Mountain King going to try and shift back over, perhaps chase after the Goblin Tinker, but Goblin Tinker with those boots of escaping, boots of speed, able to shift back again. Rifleman holding off this location, making sure that there is no expansion. We are now down to 2 bases. Main base was re-established for some odd, strange reason, or perhaps, no, this one was the one off over here. Why would you re-establish a base for 400 gold? That does not make any sense. Does not compute. Back across here, let's take a look. Smasher said GG. After all of that, Smasher throws in the towel. I think at the end of the game, Smasher still had a fighting chance. Mass teleport moving all across the map very efficiently. Not quite sure why Smasher threw it in there. There was no definitive sign. He still had both heroes. He had lost a couple of mortars, perhaps afraid of just Foggy being able to get back into that game. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.